Alrighty, we are live. Let me pull up the YouTube chat quickly, and then we'll go over my trades today. And I'll talk about the chart a little bit. Waiting for some people to get in the lives on TikTok. I'll talk about the shitty trades I took today. What up, Tay? All right, we'll get started. It's not even live right now. But I ended the day $33 in profit, but I took a loss, and I think I got faked out on the 1 minute on the inverted value gap. So I'm going to go back to trading the 5 minute, because in the 5 minute, I would not have gotten faked out at all. Now my entry would have been way less, way lower, unless I got it on just this candle close, which is a good entry for the sell. But you see the sell I got in was after this pullback. So my second entry, but my first trade faked me out, and I got in and I got in. And my problem is when I get in trades after a loss, I don't hold them. I had to journal that, and I think it's an emotional thing of handling losses. I just think too with funded accounts, I don't want to lose in the eval because I want to get funded, the fastest. But it's a part of trading. But I left so much fucking money on the table today, like I'm really mad at myself. So look at this. I took this trade once we pull back, honestly, because we usually trade reversals, right? We trade reversals. So this is a 4-hour fair value gap. This is a 4-hour fair value gap. And then we have all these liquidity points it could reverse from. So I probably would have sold here anyway. But then this second one, after we inverted the second 4-hour fair value gap, I should have held this one all the way to, there was a daily low down here that we took out a little later. But even still, my original TP was here, and I should have just held. My first TP was here as well. This was here. I drew another line in case I was scared, and I should have fucking held. Once I got back in profit, I sold. Once I was back in profit, I just sold. So that's something I have to work on. Again, I want these fake outs to not happen, so I don't have to focus on being scared. So I can just, because I was already in this other trade, I wouldn't have even, if I never took the loss and I was already in this trade, I never would have sold in the first place. But higher time frame analysis, when I got on the charts, these were the two fair value gaps. Why does it do this? It takes me all the way back. These were the two fair value gaps I drew, and the highest time frame I looked at was the 4-hour. These are the two fair value gaps, so I was like, oh, we can come down and bounce. I waited for this one to be swept at 10, and then, we waited for the candle, and then boom, second one, and then these are the liquidity points. This was the Asian low from a previous day, but on the daily chart, we were clearly going to this daily fair value gap. So if I look at the daily, I would have had my bias, and we already would have known, boom. So I'm definitely doing daily. I have the PO3 indicator on right now, which is for the 4-hour, because I really just want to trade this 4-hour candle. And I posted a video today about what time frame you like to trade, and I was like, do y'all trade 30-second and 60 seconds, or 30 seconds and 15 seconds? And a lot of people are saying, no, they trade the 4-hour. They just wait. They try to just catch the wick and then the top of the 4-hour. So I want to backtest that tonight. I want to try to get in. So I marked. Let me clear out a lot of this other shit. And then I have the PO3 indicator, so it shows you basically the current candle you're in. So the 4-hour candle right now, we're in it here, and the daily candle, it's here. So I want to practice just trying to execute and look at this 4-hour candle. So I won't be taking a bunch of entries like I usually do. We're gonna actually train our eyes to look and catch these moves. So this was our buy side. Obviously too, a big run from the EMA. This is the close of the 9 a.m. candle. This is the open of the 10 a.m. candle on the 4-hour, or the close of the candle before it, right? So I probably will execute on the 5 minute now. So I'm just trying to see if we can get some kind of entry or some kind of something at 10 that would help us get an entry. So maybe okay, candle close of the higher candle, open of the second candle, we got a nice wick. That could be like our wick power of 3 to get in. I don't know, we're gonna backtest that tonight and train our eyes for that. This is what I'm gonna catch. The 1 minute I'm done, it fakes me out. Again, also, I just need to hold my trades because even with that loss, I would have made all my money back and then some. So this is what we're gonna backtest. And then you'll see on my lives tomorrow, when you trade with me in the morning, we'll have this power of 3 candle and it'll be printing in real time so we can see, you know. Some people today say they execute on the 15-minute chart. Some people say, I'm like, whoa, 15-minute chart. Actually, I can just delete all this. I don't have to watch ES anymore because I have my power 3 and I have my SMT divergence indicator on here. But yeah, on the daily, we were just pushing to this fair value gap. I should just mark that. So we're gonna do that on backtesting tonight and just see if we can get some better, just get some better, train our eyes to do it. Because there are days like this where it's obvious, where we can just literally see the things. If you want to trade on the high, Nylene, if you want to trade on the lower time frames, liquidity to liquidity, you can do that. But I want us to train our eyes, and I need to train mine because I just want these fake outs gone. However, they are a part of trading, and I need to be able to hold my trades either way. But so tomorrow you'll see this PO3 candle play out. If I'm in a trade, you'll be seeing like this is your white bullish candle, and if it's blue, it's gonna be a you know what I mean. And this is the candle open. No, the candle open is here. Candle open, it shows all that for you. Candle open, we're below the candle open, so it's a, you know, a bullish candle, bearish candle, and then obviously you want to catch the wick of the candle and then take it, you know, somewhere. So that's what we're gonna backtest tonight. We had news today at 10, and we have news at 10 again tomorrow. So definitely not taking any trades before 10 o'clock. Not without, that's watching a documentary of people torturing their children. But yeah, okay, so let's go to the next day. And let's start off on the 4-hour and the daily chart. Just see, like, if that, I'm gonna just see if we can find a way to execute on this 4-hour candle. It's not gonna be hard, but, and then again, still executing after 10 o'clock though, for sure. So this daily candle looks like it wants to go to here. There's no fair value gap. It already bounced out of this fair value gap here. So that's what it looks like we want to do. On the 4-hour chart, we do have a bearish fair value gap that we are about to inverse, hopefully, to keep going higher. And then this is the 9. This should be the 6 to 9, and then the 10 a.m. candle. Well, it's already started, the 10 a.m. candle. So basically, I should have this only starting at 9:30, but oh well. Our candle close and our candle open, so we wanted to get in the trade after wick. You see what I'm saying? So what does that look like for us on the 15-minute and the 5-minute? On the 15-minute, where's that line? The line is here. That is that line. Another nice wick, honestly. On the 5-minute, we don't really get a setup, but you do have a market structure shift and then a fair value gap here to enter off of. Let's see if it actually goes to the daily high. Again, this is my first time testing this, but this is, I think, this is how most traders trade. Once they go through their pit of despair, they do this higher time frame analysis and they see, you know, if the hourly and the daily want to go up there. Obviously, there's so much room for, it's a 1 to 9 trade. So let's see, you can do the stop loss below there. It could play out and reverse on us. Maybe wait for a more confirmation out of this gap. I don't know. Let's see how it plays out though. Okay, it's definitely trading sideways, and this is already 2 p.m., 3 p.m. We're still in 3 p.m. Just gotta sell before. Okay, we just sell before 5. So we'd probably sell right here, which is not a bad trade. Obviously, 1 to 3, but taking up the rest of my day, which I preferably don't like. Like today, the trade today happened in an hour. Like you see how on the 4-hour time frame we ran down. This is a 4-hour candle, but if you look on the 1 hour, the 1 hour was that big ass candle, and then it chopped slowly to the daily low. But I had my take profit, and it hit here within the hour. This Asian low here. So far, great trade. There probably was a liquidity point we could have targeted. Actually, no, the next liquidity point is on the 5-minute is up here. So that's just a day where it just went to run a little slowly for us. Yeah, you gotta sell for 5 o'clock. So it's still, even like here is noon, and then this is a noon trade. Where's 10 a.m.? Oh, yeah, that's if we waited for the fair value gap tap. So you technically did get a nice turtle soup at 10 a.m. if you can catch it. Like once you come back into the range, candle close above the range. For me, like some people take turtle soups right off that orange line. Let me make this orange line yellow, actually. Yeah. But most of us, that's not enough. So you wait for the fair value gap entry. Your entry's up there if you just got in here. And then you could have took it for a 1 to 2.5 and maybe got your day earlier. But not a bad trade. Let's continue to the next day and see. And let's just see how we can, execute and learn these. It's kind of CRT technically, but I don't trade CRT because days like this just ran through all these fucking candles. And then sometimes the daily is indecisive as well. All right, the daily, we have a red candle. We're probably, I don't know, going to here. Sometimes the daily and the 4-hour to me make no sense, but if we go higher, we're going up to here. There is a daily fair value gap that lines up with a liquidity point. If it wants to go up here and then reverse from here, that could be a trade. And then this is a gap, a daily gap here that we already are kind of pushing out of. So let's just see. This is something we're just going to train our eyes for, and it's going to take just practice. Like I said, I just want to catch the 10 a.m. candle, whether it reverses or continues, and that's really the hard part on continuation days, So it looks like on the 4-hour, I don't know what it's looking like. Maybe it wants to keep going lower. Let's just see how it plays out. CVC. Oh yeah, 10 a.m. hasn't started yet. That's why. So let's mark. Well, we have to wait till the candle closes. Okay, it's a nice, beautiful wick. Boom. Okay, so our 6 to 10 a.m. candle close, and the opening of our 10 a.m. candle is here. It kind of looks like it does want to push. It pushed off this gap again. Again, listen, I'm just trying something here, y'all. Let's see if you could just take. Some people say they really trade off the 4-hour chart like this and not go to a lower time frame for entry. This wick is nice. I don't know if it's gonna hold, but let's see. And this is how that power of 3 indicator is going to look in real time next to my chart. All right, so this was a bearish candle. Let's look and see on the 15-minute or the 5-minute if we could have seen how we would get this, an entry off this, if we could. And if it keeps going down, it's probably going down to this low. Let's see if it goes down to this low. Or maybe it could end green. Let's see if it goes down to this blue low down there. Okay, yeah, looks like it's still going to go down lower and lower and lower. 2, 4. I guess this is the liquidity point I want to go to. All right, let's look on the 5-minute and 15 and see if we could have seen how it reacted off that. Okay. So on the 15-minute and the 5-minute, yeah, it didn't really give you an entry for buys actually. So you could have waited for the 10 a.m. reversal, still our strategy, and it gave you this. What's your style of trading? I trade ICT, and I trade only futures and NASDAQ. I mean, strictly trading the 4 hour is essential swing trading. No, not really. I don't stick to trading the 4 hour, but you're just trying to catch the big move of the day. That's all. It's not a swing trading thing. It's just taking the big move of the day and trading the 4 hour candle. Not trading the 4 hour chart, trading the 4 hour candle. You're missed. Not trading the chart, Tay. It's just the 4 hour candle. Because you see today, you want that 4 hour candle. That's not a swing trade. That's a big kahuna trade. You know what I'm saying? You want the 4 hour candle. You want the 4 hour candle. That's it. No one's swing trading here. It's just making sure our trades are just worth trading. You know what I'm saying? Catching the PO3. Yeah, ICT gain. Exactly. I'm just trying to make sure. I'm trying to prevent fake outs. That's what I'm doing. I have a strategy, but I do get faked out. And this is a prime example of we used our higher time frame analysis. And then it did give us a nice reversal on the 5-minute. We could have took this reversal and the 15-minute lined up. And then this would have been our trade today. On this day, take it to these lows if you want for a 1 to 2, or 1 to 2 to 1 to 2.3, or do wind up actually, yeah, but I'm going all the way down there. So yeah, this is how we should be trading. I just want to have a bias because I feel like I get faked out waiting for like, oh, it's 10 a.m. just a reversal, which it works. It's still profitable. I am still profitable. I just know I trade differently when I have a loss first, which I also need to fix because I still, at the end of the day, 600 in profit with that loss. But I just want to catch the one good trade of the day. I don't want to have fake outs or it's just a loss. Like I took a good setup and I lost. I'd rather that than a fake out. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. But again, that's just the hardest part of trading is dealing with losses and handling them with ease. I think I'm abandoning the 1 minute chart forever, y'all. I feel like it's just too many fake outs, in my opinion. All right, let's go to the next day. Next New York session, the daily chart. I don't even know, man. Sometimes these daily charts don't. So I don't look at them often. We'll mark up buy side. We'll mark out sell side. And then on the 4 hour, we did bounce off this gap. It's a tiny gap. So maybe we go higher and take out these kind of equal highs up here. And then these are the highs I drew on the daily. Okay, so let's just see. And let's go to we'll just watch in the 15 minute and the 5. We don't have to sit and watch. I lied. I wanna go on the 15 minute. I mean, I'll do it on the daily one, but I wanna wait until this 10 a.m. candle opens before I drop down to a lower time frame. Because I wanna mark the opening. Boom. Let's mark the opening of the range. Let's go to the 5 minute over here. The 15 minutes here. We do have a 15 minute fair value gap that lines up with this. So let's see if we either inverse it or bounce off of it. And if we come out of it, we already have kind of come out of it, but let's see. My 15 EMA holding as support, which it did all day today. Very lovely. Take off this sessions indicator because it is a lot for me now. Yeah, that EMA held as support for a while, and I think I got back in once it broke again, and it kind of was just holding. That was actually the end of the day. That's not what I'm looking for. I hate when it splits like this, and I don't even know how I do it. Okay, here on the runs down, it held as support. We just kept going down. So I got in once under this displacement, and I got in again after this little displacement right here. This is my first trade of a win, and then my second win, and I took a loss after we inverted this fair value gap on the 1 minute. On the 5 minute, I wouldn't have had a loss at all. 10 o'clock was here, and then we had that little pullback in here, and then I probably would have got in probably under this candle close for a worse entry on the first trade, but would have at least held it down for a good bit. But yes, so this is what you gotta do. You gotta see what works for you. You gotta try all these things out. For traders, have any advice for beginners? Yes, watch ICT 2022 mentorship and sit on the charts for a month and mark it up like we're doing right now. Don't take a trade though, but still act like you're trading. Like put your position tool on there, put your risk to reward, and then see how it plays out. Doing that for some months straight, or even 2-3 months, will really help you be profitable. And then obviously back testing like this. But that helped me just trading, looking at the chart for a month. Okay, we do have a nice bounce off the EMA. But I would wait for us to invert that 15-minute fair value gap before I got in to sell. And there's a liquidity point under here that we could reverse from, like that. A nice push off that. A nice push off that. But the EMA is still holding. Yeah, see, I use the EMA too now because it just helps me not think this is a market structure shift. Obviously, we don't get one until up here, but on the 1 minute chart, I'm sure that looked beautiful and had some fair value gaps to tap into. So now after this candle, I would have gotten some sells. And then where are we taking it down to? These lows right here. I mean, it's not really a good risk to reward at all, but it hit. It hit with no drawdown. And then are we going to reverse finally or no? I mean, it went a little lower. Yeah, it kept going lower. Because see, there's days where it just doesn't reverse at 10 a.m. Oh, I did have another take profit. I marked, sorry. But yeah, that's how you trade. You just got to look at where it wants to go on the higher time frame, which has been helpful. Because it helps on the days where like it wants to chop all day but slowly go your way. Because the choppiness, a lot of us traders are like, no, immediately no. Even the candles today were pretty nasty for a minute. Slowly going down. I was like, what is happening? After the initial run, it was like, and I was like, oh, we might reverse. But we did not. So it's just one of those things you have to practice. Let's do another one. I'm gonna try to trade like this tomorrow. And yeah, because some days it's obvious. Like today was so obvious. That's why I need to be better at checking it every time. Because obviously there's days where like how we've been looking at FX replay where I don't know where it's going based on the daily or the 4 hour. But then there's days you get on and it's obvious like this. And even the 4 hour, yes, we had these fair value gaps that I was scared we were gonna reverse off of. But our liquidity point was here. So I should at least have my take profit only here. This is the 10 a.m. candle. If I could have caught the top, obviously probably not, probably somewhere down here. Or even if I waited for the inversion of this fair value gap, that is still a fucking good trade. If I just waited for the inversion of it, to be extra sure, because I feel like I think that's what scared me today too. I thought we were gonna reverse at any point, so I didn't want to get in the trade to continue lower, and it just but the daily would have shown me that we're going lower. So that's why you do have to look at higher time frames. And some people, I don't look at the weekly or the monthly, but who knows? Maybe in a month from now, I'll be like, yeah, I'm adding weekly and monthly. But to me, I'm an intraday trader. I don't think it's necessary. But I do think the daily on days where it's obvious helps. And the 4 hour, like there's days I've let trades run because we were going to a 4 hour fair value gap or something, or a daily fair value gap. Like today, a lot of people made, 1,500% on their options contracts. All right, the daily we're strong, no gap. We've already closed. We've already inversed this gap on the daily. I hate when that happens. And then we have liquidity here and liquidity here. 4 hours also pushing. Do we have a gap to reverse from on the 4 hour? We do have one here it can inverse from if you want to wait for extra confirmation. A tiny little gap there. 10 a.m. Let's go. We'll just go to the 15 now because I feel like this is kind of obvious. I think it's a bearish day. Yeah, sometimes it just starts with. Oh, this is the day I just did. That's why. That's the day we literally just did. I'm like, why is it way past 10 o'clock? Next New York session. Sorry. Daily. And the 4 hour. And then you'll do this every morning. And I do this every morning. And it honestly takes like 5 minutes. Okay, we do have a fair value gap here on the daily. That is bearish. Or is this depending on our daily candle now? This might be this bottom candle is actually probably our daily candle, so it might close this gap. So I still think we're going to these lows. It's not that clear anymore with that green candle with the wick up. So like I said, most of the time I marked sell side and buy side anyway. These are our targets. If we get a buy trade, these are our targets if we get a sell trade. Boom. On the 4 hour, is it telling us something? We do have a 4 hour value gap. Maybe it's coming up to here to reverse back lower at 10 o'clock. Let's hope it comes up, and then at 10 o'clock we reverse from it. Or we did already inverse this little one that I marked. This small green one. Already to go lower. So let's just see how this plays out. 10 o'clock. Let's see what the opening, the 9:30 candle does. Okay. The 6 to 9, the 6 to 10 candle closed and we opened there. We kind of tap back into that fair value gap. Let's see what the 15-minute and the 5-minute are telling us. Maybe it'll give us some better clarity. Like there's a 15-minute fair value gap up here somewhere we can go into. I mean, there is. I'm not really sure about this one. So you have to wait till you're sure about an entry. Maybe wait for a market structure shift under here or something like that. Let's see. Trading sideways. We did leave a bearish fair value gap on the 5-minute. That is just trading in, consolidating in. Broke below, broke back up. We do finally get displacement up. Do I like it? I cannot say. Because it could be giving internal liquidity sweep reversal. Reversing from here. EMA acting as support still. Boom. Maybe you can get it after that. I probably wouldn't even trade this day. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Boom. There's our reversal. So what's this? 130. Yeah, I would have not traded that day. I would have been off the charts by 130 without a setup. But I think this might be finally the reversal. Yeah. This is what happened to us on, what day was it? This day. We traded sideways. I did end up profitable scalping some buys in this indecisive 4-hour candle. And then right at 2 p.m., it ran down for the reversal I was waiting for at 10 o'clock. But it came in the afternoon. That will happen some days. And I honestly was on the charts for a while that day, so I could have held. But yeah, that's just one of those days where I usually get off the chart at 1. I trade from 10 to 1. I don't get set up before then, usually I'm off, but that was a beautiful reversal for those who waited for it. Got some news, but that would have been something like, yeah, a nice trade like that. But okay, well, a no trade is still a loss. I want to learn, but I don't know where to start. YouTube University. YouTube University is the best way to start. Do you think the market will go up tomorrow? The market can go wherever it wants to go tomorrow. I don't do analysis overnight because a lot can happen overnight. But from the daily chart, this is still a bearish candle, but hopefully we come in and then by the time I wake up, we're out of this. We're up above this gap to go higher. That would be nice, but we'll see. It could keep going to these lows as well. We'll see. Hopefully it'll either be down here tomorrow or it'll be done push out of this gap. So we'll see. And I have these power of 3 indicators on to see if that helps, because a lot of people, they say it helps them, especially because you can see like, oh, once this 4-hour candle starts to push, I can still get in even it might be late, because the 10 a.m. was here. Yeah, we were already in this gap, so I was like, maybe we could just reverse, but it's okay. Can we back test till 10:30 as advertised? I put those times at random only because if we go 5 minutes after time, it will close the live. Those times are just random. Sometimes it says I back test for 5 hours. They're just random. Maybe, because I do want to learn this before tomorrow, because I do want to trade this tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm going to go till 10:30, because that's 2 hours from now. That's a long time. And we have to trade in the morning. But we'll keep going and we'll see. Next New York session, daily, that's the 15-minute chart, daily chart, just in case it's obvious, because you want those days where they're obvious and it's just easy money. And there are days that way. There's a day where I randomly look at the 4-hour chart and we were running down and I held it so far down. It was so beautiful. It went to like a 4-hour fair value gap beautifully. Okay, well, it does kind of look like we're going up. We have a low. Also, again, I do not trade CRT because no one talks about CRT properly. Everyone talks about it like it's the best thing ever. You're in a candle range, you reverse from the range, but no one talks about like what candle are we basing it off of? Are we basing it off the, the 2 a.m. candle? Are we basing it off the, 6 p.m. candle? Like no one talks about it. However, on this daily, we do have a clear ass CRT. That's why I'm like, I'll look sometimes because you'll see it when you see it, but people act like it's every day and it's all they trade. They're like turtle soup. I'm like, y'all are liars. And y'all are not telling anyone the right time frame. Like, you can't just say, oh, CRT is when this happens. You have this candle range, and then we close below. Like, every screenshot of CRT looks exactly like these 3 candles. Exactly like it. However, they're not telling you, like, because we know time and price is important. Like, is this a 6 a.m. candle? Is this a 10 a.m. candle? Is this an hourly candle? Is this a 15-minute? Like, no one's telling us. And that's what pisses me off about the CRT traders. I need you to tell me, yes, do it on the daily, do it on the 4-hour, do it on the 1 hour, do it at the 4-hour 2 a.m. candle. Like, that's what I want to hear, but no one can say that. You kind of get one here, and I think someone did for the first time today say it's the 2 a.m. candle. You want the 6 to 9 candle to wick above and come into a higher time frame period key level, which technically, yes, this is a breaker. It's also hard to see key levels on a higher time frame chart. They're not as clear. We have a breaker here, and then 10 a.m. you get in your trade, and then obviously 10 a.m. we would have had a beautiful trade yesterday, the day before this, or whatever. This was Friday. We did Tuesday yesterday, so a few days ago. But like then you get this, and what kind of CRT is this? That's why I'm like, CRT traders, I don't understand you guys. But from this daily one, it looks like we're going up, and we should keep going up, at least to these highs. So at least we have that. So let's see if that plays out very nicely. We do have a fair value gap. Well, once this candle closes, we'll see where the 9:30 candle, or the 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. candle closes, or 6 to 10. Sorry. Okay, so we got a fair value gap. And then we got a candle close and a candle open here. I mean, if you're want to go off this daily CRT, it's clearly a buy. You could wait for it to tap into this gap first. It's clearly for CRT. Like I said, I don't trade CRT, so let's see if they're wrong too. Excuse me. Let's see. And we'll do a limit order. I don't do limit orders. I just get in. I used to, but let's see if it taps in here and then reverses. Did we get a tap? I cannot tell by this dotted line sometimes. No, we almost got a tap though. That's why I don't really do limit orders anymore, because it might not tap you in. It did come down, almost tap you in. It did not quite, so you would have to move your limit order somewhere or just set a market order. Good to wait for the bounce. Let's see what that looked like on the 15-minute chart. See if it looks like a nice reversal to the downside first. I mean, it doesn't look that nice on either of these time frames, so it looked better on the 4-hour. But let's just see if it runs up the rest of the day. Could, like I said, we'll see. Oh, okay, so it did tap you in. I was impatient. If you waited to get tapped in, it would have went away and then tapped you in, and then it kind of pushes up after it taps you in very nicely. So actually, that's just a patience thing, which I struggle with. Okay, first of all, we're already after 5. We're almost at 5 o'clock. Yeah, we're after 5 o'clock. If you trade on a prop firm, you have to close at 5 o'clock. However, this is why you come onto the lower time frames. You saw how we marked that on the daily. On the lower time frame, we would not have marked that as our target, but we would have gotten in on this fair value gap tap if you waited for it, and then you would have took it to the highs of the day, which is a nice trade. So, I mean, it does help you find a bias and find a trade off your bias. We didn't even really get a nice entry, though, on the 5-minute if we waited for an actual market structure shift. I mean, actually, we got one here, a little inverse fair value gap. Instead of, because like the limit order people, you've been chilling. But for me, I don't set limit orders anymore. I would have got in on this candle close above the inversion on the 5-minute. So it's still not that bad. So it actually does help to look at the higher time frames. I'm seeing the things and then waiting, because I would have got on at 10 o'clock. Let's see where 10 o'clock is. Yeah, like this would have been a little faking out. And if you would have got in before, like on this move and had your stop loss at this low, you would have got stopped out. So it's like, and it swept this liquidity too. So I guess it'd been nice to wait for that. Wait for it. There is a 15-minute fair value gap that aligns with it as well. So you probably want to make sure, you know, your stop loss was below this liquidity point, or either you would have just got back in, or, you know, the limit order people really, and if you set a limit order on the 15-minute chart, you had a way better entry than all of us. You had a limit order set, and that's the nice trade right there. So yeah, or you didn't have a limit order set, but you can just wait for the tap into fair value gap. So yeah, maybe we'll keep backtesting that tonight. Like, see if we can find some fair value gaps just to wait for it to tap into and react off of. If not, like I said, the entry, boom. Okay, good. It didn't go all the way up to the CRT range yet, but I'm sure it will this next New York session. Let's see. Or who knows, actually, I'm not saying, I'm sure it will. I'll let the market tell me where it wants to go. Because see, it hasn't even got up to that. Technically, the CRT range at the top of the candle before it. So let's see. But I mean, I think we can still go up to those highs. I'm gonna mark them. And then we do have a 4-hour fair value gap. So maybe you wait for it to bounce up into this gap first before 10 o'clock. And there's a little internal liquidity sweep at this low here on the hourly. So maybe it comes, sweeps, and goes up higher. I don't know. Limit order, let's see. Obviously your stop loss will be tighter on the 5-minute or whatever. But I just want to see something. Tapped in the trade. Are we going to get a reversal from this fair value gap? Or are we going to go lower and invert it to the sell side? This is why you got to backtest. See how you can just try shit that you would never try in real life? You would never do this. Or one day maybe you will if you get really good at catching these 4-hour trades. Ooh, that was sexy. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I like backtesting. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about it, and then if we caught this in real life, y'all, we would be cooking with grease. And honestly, in real life, we probably would sell at this point. We were not taking all the way up to there. This would scare me, and I probably would sell, but that's a good run on that green candle. I might have sold right there. And we technically did sweep this 4-hour candle for a take profit, actually. Because on the higher time frames, each candle is a liquidity point. But let's see if it keeps running. It does not. See what I'm saying? And that is also another CRT where this is why if you do trade like this, you have to go back to the lower time frames. Because this is a liquidity point. And this is actually a beautiful CRT. We got a reversal from a point, limit order, swept. This is a liquidity, and then we got reversal back down at this liquidity point. Let's see what that looks like on the 5-minute. So we got tapped in for the trade, and then we came up to sweep out these highs right here. We didn't go all the way up to the London highs, which is a valid point. It could still go up there, but yeah, we would have been off the trade at 6, 5, 4. Yeah, this is 3:30. So it's been an all-day trade too, which I don't like all-day trades, but it is what it is. It's still, if you're gonna do hard time frames, you do have to sit, or you just set and forget. Have your limit order set, have your stop loss set, and then have your take profit set, and enjoy your day, and then journal it at the end of the day. So actually, it's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice move. This would have had us faked out and shitting our pants watching it on the lower time frame. So, but we watched on the higher time frame, so it did trade a little sideways, and boom, it went our way. So let's do another one. Pretty good, actually. Higher time frame. Training our eyes for this. So on the daily, what is it? This was, what are we on? Wednesday. So this is Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So actually it was indecisive. So it looked nice on the 4-hour on the daily, so that's why we went up, and then we kind of pulled back down a lot. And that's why I take my take profit at the first place, or like a place I know it's going for sure. Even could have done it up here, and then after that, like you'll have, most people have another TP at the London highs, which are equal highs, but it might not go there. It could go in reverse on you. Thank you for the gift. But what if you don't? Does it close it for you? I know I have to close trades on prop firms before market closes. I've never done it. I don't know. I hope they close it in profit, but I feel like prop firms will have a shitty ass rule. But they should liquidate it for you. I'm pretty sure. And keep your profit. They better. If not, that's foul as fuck. But I think they do. I think if you let a trade run for your prop firm past 5 o'clock, I think it will just close it for you where it's at. But I also copy trade my live account, so that might be a day where I get liquidated on my funded account, and then my live account would just been still in the trade. That's why I copy trade both, because I just don't like, I can like trade in peace, and then if I want to pay out before I'm qualified for a payout, I still have my live account I can take money from. Like, that's why I haven't started trading my live account back yet, but I'm about to soon-ish. I also haven't decided if I still want to full port my funded futures account. Now I'm kind of like, I don't think I should, but I kind of want to. Maybe do it once, and if I fail, because it's 150, that's a lot of money, then trade it normally. But we'll see. Next, wait, let me see. Did I do next New York session already? Yes, okay. Daily 4 hour. This is very indecisive. So this is one of those ones where I'm just like, I don't know. We do have a bearish fair value gap, but also lines up with a bullish fair value gap that aligns with a bearish fair value gap. So I don't know, that's literally indecisive. And then we have a bullish one here on the 4 hour that has already been respected once, bounced off, and looks like we're coming back in it, so it could be sign for sells. We still have not swept this daily high here in this range, but let's just see how it plays out for us. It's one of those days where you just don't know until you know. All right, that's a good displacement to push. And if we probably candle close below, maybe we'll just get in for a sell when that 10 a.m. candle opens up. Okay, 10 a.m. candle opened up. Now let's wait for it to bounce out or below this fair value gap, I think is what I would do. Or, I thought about hopping just in sales, but like the green be scaring me. But that's what you want. You want it to go up there, wick for you. Hopefully that gives you a nice little entry on the 15-minute or the 5-minute, but sometimes it really does not. On the 15-minute, it was nothing but a wick. But at least you would know to get in maybe halfway on this 15-minute candle. On the 5-minute, let's see if maybe... yeah, the 5-minute gave us a little pullback. So we got... There's not a gap here, really. It's a small gap. But, at least you might have would have got in maybe at this candle close on the 5-minute. Let's see if we can take it all the way down. That's far as hell. There is liquidity here and here to reverse from on the 5-minute, but let's just see. Is there a liquidity point in the 15-minute we can target that trumps? There's one here. And there's one here. I mean, it's not that much better. It's still 1 to 3 though, so my stop loss might be a little tight. There also is a 5-minute fair value gap up here, but hopefully it doesn't come up there. Or you can have your stop loss up at the top of that fair value gap. Eat your profits though, but let's see. It's a shitty stop loss if you lose too. Alrighty, it's trading sideways, which is not fun, and we got a little push down, and we're still trading sideways, and we trusted our process. We're in profit. Come on, boom. So great trade. So also, since I said there was a fair value gap, we could have just had our limit order set at the top of that fair value gap. Obviously the entry wasn't much better, but it's still a little better. Oh, sorry, this fair value gap. Stop loss could have been above this high, but there was a fair value gap here we could have set our entry at. Or the 50% of it. Nice trade. Nice trade. This is how you just gotta trade every day. This is it. Using higher time frames hopefully helps. And that's why people, when you see my chart, how it looked before, those are just like big ass gaps from higher time frames. That's all that was. But this is how we want to trade every day. And just, here goes my dad calling me. You'll have to wait. Nice trade. So this is the opening of the 10 a.m. candle. So obviously, hey motorcycle. It would have been nice. I mean, still got a good entry, but at the turtle soup like that would have been super nice. Like as soon as we opened, we came above. As soon as we passed back down, even though it's a long candle down, but it's still a good entry. Like you waited for a long displacement candle that left the gap, got in, came back, like I said, into the gap. Nice trade. Nice trade. How long did it take you to learn how to trade and use these tools? It took me about it took me like a month or two, dead ass, but then to incorporate a higher time frame and playing off stuff, I would say like 6 to 8 months. I think you blow your account that way. Yes, you do blow your account if you full port, but with futures they charge you monthly anyway. So it's fine. It's not real money, it's a paper trading account. And it's less than you would risk with your live money in futures. Futures you need a lot of money to trade. That's why. I lost $100. I had to trade my live account on Friday, and I took a loss for $117. That's like 3 50K accounts. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's like you could full port it in that aspect, because it's the same amount you'd risk with your real money. So unless you're paper trading, which you also can do, I paper trade for weeks sometimes when I'm not profitable or I don't feel good. I'll trade paper, fake money. But if not, it's the same amount of risk as I'm risking on one micro, the smallest NQ contract. So to me, it's like, it's worth it. But yeah, it took me honestly like 1 or 2 months. Like I just watched ICT for a month, and then I sat on the charts and marked up for a month and saw like what he says is true. And then I got on the charts, and then I was making money immediately. And then obviously different price action, I started to become like break even or unprofitable. And then yes, now I started adding higher time frames. So I'm on like my 8th month right now. Next New York session. But yes, you can get, a lot of people do full port their funded accounts though. It's not a thing that's just so unheard of. Because especially because futures platform, the rules are so fucking shitty. A lot of people just full port them. Obviously not the first one. Or you can over leverage a little bit like I do, because technically I should be using 1 micro for this account, but it'll take me like months to get funded. So I use 4 micros, so it's not bad. And it just allows me like 2 losses without liquidating my account. So, but again, do what you want. You can trade them safely, you can trade them not safely, you can do a mix of both. Trade 1 safely, trade 2 aggressive. My thing is you should trade it regular and super safe the first 2 to 3 weeks of the month. And since they're going to charge you anyway, full port at the end of the month. That's what I would do. So, and then I just start full porting more often now because I trade with my own money. And it's the same risk. So the 4 hour, okay, so on the one, oh, this is 15 minute. That's why I'm like, there's no way there's a Ferrari gap here. On the daily, it's not. So go to the daily. The daily is showing us jack fucking shit. We'll mark this liquidity point here, and we'll mark this one here. And then there is a gap about to be created by this 930 candle, but I mean the daily candle we're in, so it doesn't really matter, because we'll worry about that the next day. There is a gap already made that we've already tapped into on the daily. So maybe that's where the 4 hour wants to go back up to. The 4 hour is looking very bullish for a second, but also it can real quickly. But yeah, the 4 hour is looking very bullish. It's looking like we inverse this 4 hour gap. And I usually label these 4 hour and hour. Like you need to. People don't, but I do. It's not letting me on FX replay. And then we do have another 4 hour bearish one. So it's giving, we want to come up into here and then hopefully continue lower at 10 a.m. is what I'm seeing. But again, you know how I trade. I like to wait and let the market show me where it's go, because sometimes it can do whatever it wants. Like that. And also, that's the thing too. When we do FX replay, this candle has not even finished forming yet. So it's going to finish forming, and then the 10 a.m. is going to start. So that candle was showing a lot of shit that... Oh, we still got a wick though. We got a wick. I don't know. This could be a power 3 to go higher. I really don't. Okay, the daily though is showing strong bearish. I don't know if I like this. Obviously gotta be some like tight. This is a 4-hour chart, so you cannot have a stop loss this whole candle. That's insane. But I don't know. I mean, we already came up in it. We came back out. We do have a nice little CRT, but we already swept these lows here on the CRT, so we could reverse on this daily low. But I do think we're strong on this daily low. But the daily candle we're starting with is green. I don't want to get into this. Let's just see how it plays out. Okay. Now it's red. So yeah, I was right. Scared money don't make money, or you know, on the lower time frame, you get in because you were impatient or scary like me, and then boom, take profit, and then you can even sell a few and sell there, the rest there. Let's see. It could reverse from here, like it does a lot of times. That's why I don't like trading them, but beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'd sell right there, actually. Right in the middle, I'm selling. I would have took it there. That's a nice trade. Let's see what it looks like on the 5-minute. Trading on the 4 hours. This girl said that on one of my videos today. That's why I started doing it. Okay, yeah, this is a clear reversal on the 5-minute. So it would have been out of that thing. Ugh, the only thing is when you use this tool on the 4 hour, it makes it so wide. Okay, so what we would have saw at 10 a.m. on the 5-minute, because you should not be taking your executions on the 4 hour. I'm just doing it to show that it can be done. But you should go down the 5-minute and clean it up. So our 10 a.m. open, I didn't even mark our 10 a.m. open. Oh, no, I did. Our 10 a.m. wick was the wick. We never came back up. We kind of came back up on this one, and it kind of tapped into this small ass fair value gap here. So you really could, on the 5-minute especially, just trade fair value gap taps. And you could have had your entry just sitting right there for a nice 1 to 8. Would have been beautiful. I probably, like I said, I don't wait for retracements. I probably would have gotten down here at this red candle close. 10 a.m. candle close. So, nice trade. I obviously probably would have taken it just to here, though. Because the next one, or what I always do is go back on the 5-minute or the 15-minute, and usually, yes, this is a daily and daily liquidity point, but there's usually another one somewhere on the 5-minute or the 15-minute. If you go back far enough, there's usually like another swing low somewhere you can target. Like here, and here. Let's see. In case like the first one is just not enough for you, or you can just trail stop after the first one's hit. Up to you. So yeah, I went to the next one. And I usually, the second one, if this one's too close for me, is my final take profit. Because it can go to all 3 of these, but it could not. Also, it could come back and still go lower. This is a big move back up, though. I would not wait for that, in my opinion. But let's see. I do be scary, so... like that. I do be scary. It didn't go back down to here yet, though. But also, that's a whole new day. Sorry, I have to pay attention to that. Yeah, this is a whole new day. So yeah, you would ate. You still been in profitable. You would have still been in profit though. It didn't go back negative, but you would have lost a lot of your gains on that. So I just would take it here, or if you're super safe, just take it to there. And yeah, that's how you should be trading. You wait for it. Obviously, the 4 hour is really showing some nice stuff for us to get into. So it's actually really nice. So I feel confident in trading this tomorrow. Like I said, I don't want to get faked out. I want to just catch these trades like I'm catching it. Thank you for whoever sent the chilies. I'm really bad at watching the chat while I trade. But yeah, that's how you should be trading every day. And yeah, we're not swing trading. We're just trying to trade the big move of the day. The big move of the day. 930 traders. I mean, they got something. You would have got stopped out if your swing high was above here, though. So that would suck. But you would have got right back in. Yeah, beautiful trading. I trade live every morning, so I'm gonna do this tomorrow. I already have my 4 hour and daily sitting right here, so we can see what we're gonna do tomorrow. Look at that shit, still running. If I had my live account, I could have been still sitting in this trade. Where do we want to go though? We'll see. We'll see where we're at tomorrow. We'll see if we're going lower the rest of the day tomorrow, or if we're gonna reverse tomorrow, or whatever we're gonna do. Sorry who asked for us to back test for 2 hours, but I think we did enough. I think I did not say 2 hours. I did not say that. I think we back tested long enough. These are usually always hour sessions. I'll start marking them as hour sessions on my event, because I didn't know y'all clicked the link from the event. I just put random times, because sometimes we go over like 1 hour and 10, sometimes we go 1 hour and 30, and I don't like them trying to kick me out exactly at an hour. But sometimes I do 30 minutes too. Originally it was supposed to be 30 minutes a day, but 30 minutes is not long enough. But yeah, we broke this in the 4 hour. We do have a 4 hour gap here. So let's see where we're gonna be at in the morning. You see how the hourly candle is about to close in 59 minutes. It shows you the open, it shows you the high and the low. Like, that's why people use this all the time. They have it on the daily as well. 19 hours. I know you don't mind 2 hours. Hustle and motivate 305. You don't think an hour is good enough? I think it is. We'll do one more though. We'll do one more. But also, you can get this and do this yourself for 2-3 hours. The first time I got backtesting software, I did it for like 6 hours, like 10 hours that whole day. I was just watching TV and then like taking a break and then doing it for hours and then taking a break. First of all, next New York session. I always forget to do that. And then this will be our last one. I'm not doing 2 hours, sorry to you. Alright, we already swept these lows, so maybe we reverse these lows on the daily. If not, the next ones are here. On the 4 hour, I'm going to book a session with you. Period. Thank you. Of course. I'll do a little longer. Okay, in the 4 hour, it's looking like we're doing a move up from this. And then we do have a daily for value gap here. And we don't have a 4 hour one. Where's the daily one? Okay. But we do have a liquidity point up here on the 4 hour. So let's see. 10 hour. I honestly I did think I was gonna need to sit on the chart for 2 hours to master this, but I didn't. Okay. We're still bearish on this daily. We did come a little lower. We still could liquidity sweep. But let's wait for a push. This is a nice entry if we're going lower. But boom, see what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? I like it to come back in a range if I have a bias. I do think from the daily we're going to this next point down here. I could be wrong, but obviously get in. Let's just do it so I don't, just in case y'all pick up bad habits from me. Wait till the get in on the 5 minute chart. Well, the 5 minute chart actually entry was fucking worse. So actually that 4 hour entry, I think you can enter in the 4 hour, but your stop loss and your take profit should be done. Your stop loss should be in the 5 minute. Whoa. Oh, no. How did it jump from 1 p.m. to fucking 6 p.m.? Either way, take profit was hit. I'm pretty sure it definitely got down for a new day. Oh, it's supposed to be a holiday or something. No, it's not. Oh, is this President's Day? That makes sense. At President's Day on holidays, like on Monday, the market closed at 1 or 11 or 12. That makes sense. This was a holiday. But see how I'm talking about you can trade on a holiday, and my dumb ass be forgetting it's holidays and I still be trading. Just like this. But obviously the gap, or you would have just got closed or liquidated up here somewhere. Holiday. So pay attention to your holidays. I don't trade holidays now though. I kind of take a break. If I get a holiday, I'll trade. EMA is confluence. EMA is, yeah, it's a confluence for your entry and a confluence for staying in a trade. If it runs, it's also acts as support. So say we went into drawdown somewhere in here what you would wait, if it starts to break the EMA, you could probably sell for a tighter stop loss. Obviously, you see on the 5 minute, your stop loss would be up here. On the 4 hour, we just marked a random one, but it just helps you know when to get in your trade. You want some space. Like if you got scared on this candle thinking, oh, we may still reverse, the EMA space would have told you, actually, no, get in this sell trade. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't wait for like a reversal or jump out of a trade too early until we start like pushing above the EMA. And waiting for like a full close. Obviously, sometimes this happens, but this is still a decent move. But there are times where it does like this, like it breaks above it, but you know it's going your way. So there are times where your ICT has to just come into play, and there are times where ICT will fake you out, but the EMA will not. So you gotta do with that what you will. But that's still a good trade. Yeah, I trade. I feel like I've traded President's Day. I've traded MLK Day, because I just don't pay attention, and then I just trade because. That's the only thing about trading. Like, I like the breaks it gives you, but coming from like drop shipping and business, or like even film, in film I used to work like, well, film you do have weekends off, but when I worked in commercials and music videos, I would work like every day. So I just like making money every day. So I don't pay attention to like not taking trades. This Labor Day I did take off because I started to feel a little emotional, just because I feel like I'm excited. I'm finally like trading profitably. Like I feel like I'm trading the way I'm gonna trade for years. Like it feels like I'm a day trader, but I don't want to get excited and just start doing dumb shit. Like I kind of did today, but I made money, so it didn't matter. But you can trade holidays. The only holiday you cannot trade for real is Easter. I remember waking up on Easter in the market. I thought my computer was broke, but the internet was off. Like it's not even open at all on Easter. So yeah, this is how you do it. Use your daily, use your 4 hour. I mean, entry on a 4 hour, that girl might have ate with that one. She might have ate with that one. She did say you try to catch like, you know, because again, this would be in slow motion. It'll be playing out. So you might get a better entry, but even on the 5 minute, our entry was still kind of bad, which is good though, because it confirms. Like for me, for turtle soup, I need it to come back into the range. Like some people will play, as soon as we come above, like if they're strong in their bias, which I mean, you can be strong in your bias. Or to me, I'm like, let the market show you. Even if you have a bias. So if you're strong and bearish, some people might enter their trade way up here. You know, they don't give a fuck. They're like, turtle soup, bitch. But for me, I could be confident, but I still need to come back into the range to go lower, and vice versa. If this was a green candle, we want it to come down out of the range. The range will be opposite. And then I want to go down and then go back above the yellow line for me to get in a trade. That's how I like to trade, just to confirm. It can still do that and fake you out, but you'll be less faked out if you wait for it to at least come back into the range. However, if you have a super tight, nice turtle soup stop loss, I can understand why you would just take it that way. But yes, I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Whoa, someone on YouTube said, hi, which is the best and most accurate strategy you use? 10 a.m. reversals is the most accurate. For sure, but 10 a.m. can expand and it can reverse. Also, I think you're the one who asked if I do signals. I don't do signals, but I do live trade on TikTok and YouTube. And I will start a Discord, but I will always live trade. Signals are bad because I could say I'm buying here, and then it's going to take you 5 or 2 or 3 minutes to execute your trade, and then it could already be halfway down here, and then you want to hold longer, and then you get like stopped out. Like I want to live trade so y'all can see how I execute and when I'm getting in a trade. But yes, the 10 a.m. reversals, ICT has been the most profitable strategy for me. And I just know, like, for overall price action, because a lot of us, we just started trading market structure shifts. And then you realize, oh, I started getting faked out a little bit. And now you want to add just some higher time frame confluences. Like today, I didn't get a reversal at 10 a.m. It was obviously a continuation. It's just things like that on the higher time frame. So I hope that helps you, Chelsea. But yeah, we'll be doing this tomorrow night, 8 a.m. and then 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, or 9:55. I get on the charts Eastern time tomorrow, and we'll see what setups we get based off these 4 hour and daily. I might mark this for value gap, because it happened one day. One day I marked the daily for value gap, and then in the morning we came out of it at 9:30, and I just got in a buy trade, and it was so smooth and so beautiful. Daily for value gap. So because then when I mark a 4 hour one, you need to know. But now on this backtesting session, I'm really loving just marking out the 4-hour ones and the daily ones, like not even the 5-minute ones or the 15-minute ones. So do with that what you will. We'll continue backtesting this tomorrow, and I'll see if I trade it live tomorrow and see how beautifully it comes together. But y'all have a good night.